Welcome. So this is quite an important video, and I want to go over why your business needs to leverage AI or it'll stop making money. And here's why, right? And this is not just me trying to sell you a product. I'm going to stay away from that. I'm going to actually show you the reason why you need to leverage AI. But first, we need to understand what AI is, right? AI is a technology, right? And it doesn't just apply to the online world. It applies to the real world. For example, Tesla is building out these humanoid robots, right, to take care of some of the people's work. So instead of having humans doing 8-hour shifts, the robots do 24-hour shifts. So they can work more, they can do more, they can be more productive in a shorter amount of time, right? So they can work forever, right? And again, AI is being applied to the real world in that specific scenario right there, and also to the online world, to the marketing world, right? To the way in which people drive traffic to their businesses via online to make money, okay? So you need to think about AI as a tool, right? As a tool you can leverage to make things or money, whatever, faster, right? AI is a tool, just like a wrench, right? Just like, for example, I can like build a table, right? I can hand screw the screws, right, with my hand. It takes me so much time, but I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. I can spend like an hour, 2 hours on it, hand tying all the screws, or I can use a wrench, right, to tie all the screws faster. So I can do the same thing, right? I can reach, if we think like this as a stair, right, which my goal is to reach the top level right here, let's say building the table or making the money, right? I can go up the stairs manually, like tightening up all the bolts one by one. I can do it, right? But the thing is that if I leverage AI, I get to skip ahead of the people that do it manually, right? If I use AI, in this case, this is an analogy, right? If I use AI to tighten up, or if I use this tool, right, which is AI essentially, right, in this analogy, to tighten up the bolts for me, I can do it way faster. So I can skip ahead of the line, right? Same thing with robots, right? I can go and I can hire 10 people to work at my factory, right? And they'll work 8 hours a day to do the things I want to do, right? Or I can just hire one robot that works 24 hours a day that does the work of 2 or 3 people, right? So that's the same analogy right here, right? AI is a tool you can leverage. And how do you apply this to your business, right? Most likely, if you're a business, right, whether that's a physical business or a solely online business, right, most likely you have a website, right? And your goal is to drive traffic to your site, right? And eventually convert that traffic into money. That's the whole point of a business, right? You're here to make money, simply put, right? And how do you usually drive traffic to your business? Well, you can drive it via social media, right? That's YouTube, that's, for example, TikTok, Instagram. Depending on the business, you might want to leverage LinkedIn, Twitter, right? There's a bunch of platforms, right? Or you leverage search engines like the old school search engines like Google or Bing, right? Where people search for stuff on Google like best whatever, and they find your listing on there, click and buy it. Or if you have a physical product, they can drive traffic via Amazon. Maybe you have an Amazon listing there, right? Amazon and eBay. Now, yes, they buy off of Amazon and eBay, but the money still goes to you, okay? So this is more or less the ways in which you can drive traffic to your business. There's also cold email, but I won't dive deep into that. But basically, there's paid and free ways, right? Now, if you think of it, all of these are search engines, right? All this stuff, let's start with the basic one, Google, right? Google is just a wall, right, with a text box right here with a magnifying glass where people can search for stuff and listings appear, right? Listings appear, then you click the first one, you go to the site, you get introduced to the brand, and you buy something, right? Same thing for Bing, right? Amazon, eBay, all that, there are also search engines, right? You have the search bar right here at top, where you search for stuff, and then they give you listings of different products, okay? Now, YouTube, Twitter, YouTube, it's the same thing, right? YouTube is the second biggest search engine for video, right? You search for stuff on YouTube, and they give you a list of videos, right? TikTok, same thing. It is a search-based platform. Yeah, there's a search up there, and they give you, in this case, they give you vertical videos. Instagram, the same thing. LinkedIn to some extent. Twitter to some extent. Of course, all these platforms also have discoverability, which is something that these search engines don't have, right? You can scroll on TikTok, you can scroll on Google, you can scroll on TikTok, scroll on Instagram, scroll on Twitter, even on YouTube. On Google, you cannot really scroll because you're there to pursue an action, right? You search for something, you want a result. On YouTube, all these platforms, right? There's also the avenue of discovery, but there's also the avenue of the search engine, okay? So all these are essentially search engines, right? And how do you usually drive traffic to your site via search engines? Well, if you're doing YouTube, I mean, you record YouTube videos. If you're doing TikTok, you record TikToks. Instagram, same thing. Here, you need to post products and SEO the products to get up there. But I want to focus on the biggest search engine of them all, which is the one that's going to bring the most traffic to your business. Because let's be real, yeah, you can record a couple of videos. Yeah, you can record a couple of Instagram, TikToks, whatever. And people will then go on Google and search for your brand name or for your product. That's how it works. Right? Most people just use Google to search for stuff. It's why it is the biggest search engine of all. And of course, there's not just text-based results, there's also video-based results on Google and image-based results. Now, depending on your search, they'll provide you different stuff, right? Now, why do I need to why do I want to focus on this? Because Google is the biggest search engine, right? And what's happening is that what people do to drive traffic from Google to their site is they have their main site right here, right? Let's say that this is their homepage, and then they have all of these pages on their site, whether that's product pages, maybe blog post pages, right? Maybe comparison pages. They have all of these pages on their site with content, right? And these pages, their goal is to rank them number one on Google, right? And someone searching for ABC, whatever, and your page ranks first, people click it, they get introduced to your brand, and eventually they buy your product, right? This is what we call SEO, search engine optimization, right? We're optimizing for the search engine that is Google, right? Our goal, which is to rank our site number one. Now, previously, people to rank their blogs and to rank their sites on page one of Google, they used to write blog posts manually, right? So they used to, I think you're starting to get my point, right? They used to go up the ladder manually, right? They used to do the keyword research. Okay, I gotta find which keywords I want to rank for, right? And once I have the list of keywords I want to rank for, okay, now I gotta write the content, right? Now that I have a big wall of text, right, a big block of text, I need to make this interesting, right? So, okay, I gotta source images. And then I got to source videos, right? I want to add images to the content. I want to add videos. Now, I also want to link to other blog posts of mine. I also want to link to my services. I also want to link to my products, maybe to my contacts page, right? So that is what we call internal linkings. Then I also want to link to other authoritative sources in my niche, so external links, right? Then I got to post this to my site, right? I got to click a button to post it to the site. And there's a couple more steps, right? Then, okay, now that it's posted, I want to syndicate it to social media, right? Because I want to make the most out of this, right? I spent time writing a blog post. I want to show it to as many people as I can. So I want to take this and post it to social media with a dedicated social post, right? Depending on if you're posting to LinkedIn or to Facebook or to Twitter, right? Or which is now called X, the post will differ, right? The copy in the post will differ. So I got to post them to my social media, right? Now, it's the same thing as here, right? You don't have to go up the stairs manually. You can just use AI to do all of this for you. And the thing is that if you don't use AI, people that are using it and the businesses that are using it will get ahead of you. Let me show you here, and I'm not trying to sell you this. You can use ChatGPT, you can use anything you want, but let me show you what AI does at the moment. Now, again, you don't need to use this product. I'm just going to show you because it's mine. Sorry. I want to show you what AI can do as of today. So let me just do here garden. I'm going to show you an article for the gardening niche for a Shopify store, e-commerce store in the gardening niche. Now, this works for any single niche, any single language, any single business, right? This is all done with AI. Right, the AI wrote the article, it added the featured image right here, and there's a bunch more here which we can check later on, right? And it wrote the whole article, added a table of contents, added all this structuring with in-article images, internal links, so linking out to other articles of mine, right? Even relevant videos, right? Videos here that are relevant to what the content is about. In this case, it's an article about gardening. It added a video about gardening, right? More in-article images, internal links, so linking out to other blog posts of mine, linking out to my product page in this case, linking out to my homepage, then linking out to Wikipedia, right? All these authoritative sources in the niche, internal links, external links, all this done with AI. And I can just go here and click here to post it straight to my site with a one-click button. Next, post to my site, next, post to my site, next, post to my site, or just post all at once to my site, all at 6. Now again, it's the same concept. Instead of me going up the stairs one by one, I can just use AI to do all this for me, right? I'm leveraging AI as a technology, right? Which again, think about AI as a wrench, right? Instead of tying up all the bolts for building a table with your hand, just use a wrench. You get to do it, you do the same thing, but faster, right? And if I'm competing against someone else that's also building a table and I'm using my hand and they're using this, right? They're going to be able to finish more tables in a shorter amount of time, thus reach further faster. And while I'm going up the steps one by one, they're just going to go and smoke me, right? They're going to get ahead of me so much faster. And that's the thing about AI, right? That's the thing about AI. And oftentimes people think, oh, the AI content doesn't rank. AI content does rank. And we actually have a lot of case studies of people actually using it. This is a multi-8-figure business. They're called Rava. They're a fintech. They're essentially a bank. They actually bought a bank for 35 million euros a couple of weeks ago. They want to hire 100 people till the end of the year, right? And all they did was they implemented AI in their SEO strategy. This is all done with AI. Now, don't look at the number here. The number is small right here, but the number here doesn't really matter. What matters here is the growth rate of the traffic and the growth rate of the keywords. Also, the number here doesn't matter because it doesn't matter if you have a high traffic number or a low traffic number. It means if the people buy, right? And it's a video for another time, but you got to focus on high buying intent keywords. And I recorded a lot of videos on that on the keyword matrix that you have to, on the y-axis you have the BI, on the x-axis you have traffic and competition. You got to focus on keywords here and here, right? With a high buying intent, but I won't dive deep into that. Just know that the number here doesn't really matter. It could be 10 if the 10 people buy is amazing. It could be 1 million if nobody buys. It's pointless, right? So these are just vanity metrics, right? But again, going back to what I was saying, people are actually using AI, right? It's not about if AI content ranks on Google or not. AI content does rank on Google. It's about, okay, you're doing SEO, right? You're trying to rank your site on Google, right? If there's this new technology that allows you to do it faster, iterate faster, test things faster, do more stuff, right, with it, right, skip ahead of the line, you should be doing it, right? You should be doing it, because if you're not going to do it, other people are going to be doing it, and all these people are doing it, and a ton of people are doing it today, and it is in fact working, right? And so this is my point, right? You need to leverage AI, because again, if you don't, people that are using it will skip ahead of the line. They're going to be able to tighten up our bolts, build more tables faster, while they're going to be going up the ladder one by one by one, while they're going to be leveraging AI to skip ahead of the line, build more sites, build more content that rank faster than you. So yeah, that's it. If you want to give this a go, please do. If not, no worries. You can use ChatGPT as well. I mean, anything works as long as you're leveraging AI, as long as you're leveraging this amazing technology that it is AI. So yeah, don't get stuck in the past, go to the future, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.